when you understand the power of your feminine energy, and when you understand some of the things I'm going to teach you, you become immensely powerful. You become very influential, especially when you understand the way a man works and the way a man thinks. So here's what I learned in my dating experiment, okay? I learned that men go through different phases, and there's two types of men. So depending on your age, because mostly I work with women who are between the ages of about 30, 33-ish to about 47, 50. So those type of men that are in that age bracket are going to be at a different phase in their life. So if you're in your 20s, you have to understand men that are in their 20s, they have different focus, they have different priorities, they have different intentions than a man that's in his 30s, than a man that's in his 40s, and then a man that's in his 50s. Okay, so when you understand that, then you understand that you understand what to expect. A younger man who's in his 20s, you have to understand that he's going to be primarily testosterone driven. They have more testosterone when they're younger. They're at the peak of their testosterone phase. That means they're highly sexualized. They are driven by sex. When they start getting a little bit older, when they're in their 30s, they're driven by, I need to build a house. I need to have something to my name. I need to be able to have a household and have success. When they get older, then now they want to feel like their life matters, like they're leaving a legacy. So at different ages, and some men, they get stuck in their development. Some men, they stay in the immature. I want to play. I want to have fun. I don't want to have any responsibilities. I'm not capable of loving a woman phase. And those men are what I call the Build-A-Bears. And the Build-A-Bears are highly in their feminine energy. They haven't learned how to step into and activate that instinctive masculine energy that's within them. And that's for multiple reasons that I'm not going to get into today. But then you have men that are in their masculine energy. When a man is in his masculine energy, and here's the thing, ladies, you got to be very intentional. You got to be intentional, and you got to be clear about what it is that you want to attract, what it is that you want to experience. How do you want to be treated? Do you want to be that girl that's taking care of your man, that has to pay all the bills, that has to tell your man how to think? You have to tell your man how to act. You got to tolerate your man putting you as a second consideration. You got to tolerate a man who doesn't really want to commit to you. You got to tolerate a man who is going to ask you to pay and buy him some things. Or do you want the kind of man who's going to pour into you, pursue you, enjoy the process of earning you and making you happy? You have to decide that. That's not for me to decide. I help women who want the latter. I help women who want a man who is in his masculine energy. And if you want a man who's in his masculine energy, then that means that you must increase your feminine energy. Before you can properly increase your feminine energy, and trust me, I've been studying this for 2 decades. I helped over 180,000 women. I've seen this. I know this like the back of my hand. If you haven't healed your traumas, if you haven't healed your love blocks, any thought, behavior, belief that is blocking you from love, then it's hard to impossible for you to truly activate your feminine energy. You can act feminine and still not activate your feminine energy. When you are acting feminine, it's temporary. It doesn't last long. So when I learned this, I became so powerful. I started to learn the art of seduction. So in order for you to be able to properly practice the art of seduction, you gotta be in your feminine energy. Now, here's the thing about feminine energy. Feminine energy is kryptonite to a man. Men don't like to admit how vulnerable they are to our feminine energy. They don't like it so much that you have been brainwashed to believe that your feminine power is a weakness. You have been brainwashed to believe that if you work like a man, think like a man, act like a man, date like a man, then it will be to your advantage. And if you haven't looked around and noticed, ladies, city girls are down about 5,000 billion points, okay? The reason why men are no longer singing the songs about jumping through hoops for us, the reason why men aren't doing the things in order to earn us is because we are no longer demanding it. Because we have put down our swords. We put down our most powerful weapon, and that was our feminine energy.